What are your top 3 most insane AI predictions?
That your grandkids will marry an AI human.
And what's your conviction level on that?
100%.
That they're gonna marry an
That
AI?
your grandchild is going to marry an AI human.
So this is what we've been talking about. I think people are going to have relationships fully AI, boyfriend, girlfriends. I think it's going to be indistinguishable.
You mean Megan Fox, right? The thing like from that movie, you saw that?
No.
On Netflix? Like the AI
Are you
robot.
talking about she or her or
Not
whatever
her,
it is?
not that one. There was a Megan Fox one that just came out. Nonetheless, they're
Yeah.
all the same. I believe a robot that is fully AI will marry a human and vice versa for real in your lifetime at scale.
And when you say an AI, does that mean like a physical body of a
Yes.
robot? So you're saying that the bodies will get so good that it will
Yes.
look like
Yes.
you and like I could.
I don't know if you know this, but people have sex with sex dolls.
What? Jack does. That explains what that thing is in
Me?
your closet,
What?
Jack.
No.
And
No,
obviously, like
Yeah.
that is like super taboo, and it's 2025. And I'm not educated on it, though I don't judge anyone who does, but my intuition is that in 20 years, because the AI can power the robot and because of where we're going and what's going on, that's fully.
See, I've said the same thing because certain AIs, people are getting really attached to them, just like
Oh,
typing
that's
back and forth.
What the
But
do you think
put it in a
online dating
robot?
is? That's the same.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
But I'm
Like,
thinking,
no.
yeah.
People fall in love on text. Like people on Tinder or Raya, after 3 hours of texting back and forth, fall in love. Then the physical part happens.
So what is this going to do to society if we're all just
The
with
same
little
thing
robots?
that society looks like right now to a caveman. If we dug up a caveman.
But do you think this is just population collapse? That just
No.
people are not going to reproduce?
Maybe, but probably not fully, because everyone thinks in or. Just because I'm a robot doesn't mean I'm not willing to a human.
So you think
Yeah,
that
but
it'll be
if it's
non-exclusive?
like
But if it's
you think it'll
indistinguishable,
be non-exclusive relationships?
What?
You think it will be non-exclusive relationships?
Actually,
you
you know
can-
what's funny? I've thought about this. I actually think AI robots may save marriages. Like I've been thinking about that a lot, which is like,
Interesting.
does a couple introduce, just like real couples introduce swinging and another partner now, is it even better to introduce an AI robot that may help whatever sexual or emotional things are going on in that relationship to become an offsetting contributor to a marriage?
Yeah.
One could argue, this was going to be my second one, that AI will be the reason marriage increases longevity and decreases divorce.
I would almost argue that it would be the reason why people just wouldn't get married because you would just have this AI.
But it might be both. Both can exist in that scenario.
I feel like the word of the day is and not or.
Sure.
Bro,
Yeah.
I would tell you that, as people continue to dissect everybody, I have a feeling people will, like I'm starting to learn, I figured out, and I'm sure people that are, for whatever weird reason, interested in dissecting me, yes, and versus or is foundationally to why I'm happy and successful. Foundational. I actually can't see the word. I can't see the world in any other way. It's always and. Everything to me is maybe. Yes and no are both vulnerabilities. You know that, right? Yes.
Right. I mean, things are going to be absolutes.
Yes and no are vulnerabilities. So if you start with something with an immediate yes or an immediate no, there's vulnerabilities. I hate no because it's defense and cynicism. I kind of weirdly love yes because it's optimism, but a lot of times it's delusional. Maybe is a great place to start everything.
I just think this is going to lead to complete population collapse. The people are going to be more isolated than ever because they'll have an AI person that they could constantly be around that's going to be perfect for them.
What if we're the most isolated now and AI actually starts the decrease of isolation because you fully feel emotionally all the way there?
Sure. But I think in terms of population collapse, I think the government's going to have to come in and really incentivize
but you
people
say that because it's already happened.
Well, I think
You're
they have
smart.
to offer. I think
You're
they have to offer
smart.
bonuses for people to have children.
You're too
Or
smart.
to-
You already know that's true. That's already happened. That's what Korea is
but to an
offering right now.
But to an extreme here in the United States.
What are we, protected from everything else? Of course, that's what's going to happen. Governments are going to be fighting for people. Do you understand what's about to happen?
All right.
Governments are going to be paying. I'm going to get offered ungodly amounts of money to live somewhere else. You know that, right? Governments are fighting with each other for talent.
So
What
if
good will a human be though when we have AI that's better?
Well, I don't know if it'll be better. It'll be different. It's an and state. Like I don't know if it's going to be better. But like a human will, like our brains are pretty intense, bro. You know that, right? Like our brains are legit. Like we're going to do other. Like when the tractor was invented, everyone's like, what are people going to do? We all work on farms. We figured it out.
You don't think this would be demotivating for people who could just plug into something, zone out, or be with an AI avatar or whatever, and just be perfectly content sitting in a room all day?
I think most people are doing that now in a different form.
But to an extreme, but even more people. Like if someone's having an average life, going to a 9 to 5, but they could stay home and just be with this avatar, plug into this system that keeps them perfect.
Let's just play it out.
Way. Yeah.
Why is that bad? I'm I'm not, I haven't thought it through. I'm actually just like framing up the banter.
I would say that a large portion of society would be isolated in that regard, and you'll have a few select people who don't want to go in that direction.
Yeah,
I think
the
system.
I think you're looking at it way too surface level.
Okay.
Let's bring it up.
Sure.
Isolated. If you're not feeling isolated, this was the argument of online dating.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically just doing a more mature argument of online dating, of why online dating was creepy and weird and not going to work.
Yeah, the counter to that, though, is that you do have such a high percentage of people now under like 30 not leaving their parents, not meeting people, not doing anything. Sure.
Hey, what the bro, my argument, you're actually countering your argument. You know that, right?
How so?
AI's not here that we're talking about.
Yeah, but we're going in that direction. When it's here, now where it's like even more.
No.
Sure.
I'm arguing that this might solve the problem we're in right now.
Graham, I think, is trying to say that it might exacerbate it.
He might be right.
Yeah, I don't think it's to solve a problem. I think it's just going to make it worse.
I think you're a pessimist.
Okay. and
maybe practical.
Okay,
and maybe cautious. Maybe, yeah. And maybe not delusional. Let me say this, though.
Yeah.
Humans are the most underestimated, underrated brand and entity in the world. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Let's say this interesting conversation was in 1950 and we were talking about the atomic bomb. Just invented, just dropped, and now we know Russia has one too. I have a funny feeling if I sat here and said it will not be used for the next 70 years, that you would have taken the counter. Humans are underestimated, bro. That's what everyone who's listening, I'm telling you right now, humans are underestimated. This AI is big. These last 10 minutes was super fun and like fun banter. We're all trying to think it through. I would say underestimating the human is a mistake. And I would say that for all the people like, what are you talking about, Gary V? It's now. I would say that you don't understand history. It is not now. You believe it's now because all of you have gotten sucked into listening to dumb